Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the webinar, which is titled Leadership During Uncertainty and will be presented by Ms. Deepthi N. Ravi. So, to start the session, I call upon Dr. Venkateshan, the chairman of CSI Coimbatore chapter, who is also the former placement director in United Institutions Coimbatore and a trustee in Lakshmi Venkateshan Charitable Trusts of Coimbatore, to welcome the gathering. Venkateshan, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Today, in terms of the uncertainty, leadership, finds it very difficult to move forward. Whether it is IT industry or non-IT industry, this topic is suitable to everyone. Deepthi ma'am, I would like to thank, because with a lot of interactions, I convinced madam to address our members on this topic. We had an earlier discussion. Deepthi ma'am was very focused. She wanted to do something to Coimbatore. Welcome, ma'am. I welcome all the members.
Thank you.
Today's session will be very interesting. I request the participant to ask madam the questions. Let it be more interactive so that it will be useful to everyone. Welcome, everyone. Over to MOC.
Thank you very much, Dr. Venkatesh. And now may I call upon Dr. Anita Sophia to introduce the speaker. Dr. Anita Sophia is an MC member of the CSI Coimbatore chapter and also an associate professor at PSC College of Arts and Science in Coimbatore. Dr. Sophia.
Okay. Good evening, one and all present here. I'm very much pleased to introduce the chief guest of this webinar, Ms. Deepthi N. Ravi. She's a growth accelerator, business strategist, chief operating officer at Spenta Corp, a public speaker and a mentor. Deepthi is having a well-rounded experience of nearly 22 years spread across with early years in customer service and moving on to training and development, OD and employee engagement. So her current role as a senior manager of training, she has an opportunity to understand, analyze, design the training solutions to a broad spectrum. The current assignment has helped her with the content development and deployment of the content to the targeted audience. So this has helped her to develop the ability to handle huge teams, multitasking, adhere to stringent guidelines and deadlines for the deliverables. So I think today's chief guest will be an apt person to speak on the topic, the leadership during uncertainty. So over to you, ma'am, to share your expertise. Super.
Thank you, Dr. Sophia. Now, Ms. Deepthi will take over the session and she will be presenting for the next about 45 minutes.
Sure.
You're able to see my screen, everyone, or you're not able to see the screen?
Yeah, now we are able to see. Yes.
You're able to see the screen? Okay, super. All right, welcome one and all. It's so nice to have people who are hurriedly logging in. Some have logged in earlier. So many people coming over here. Thank you so much for this opportunity, CSI. Very, very grateful to you all. I have been given 45 minutes of time, and the team has asked me to wait for the question answer session. So whatever I feel, I have made a note, and let's make it more interactive, because all of us have gone through some kind of uncertainty, whether it is in personal life, professional life. We have gone through that period, and we have also overcome a lot many things, right? So let us be interactive, and as and when you have a question, please park those questions. I will be extremely delighted to answer those questions, because that's where the actual juice of the matter is. That's where we will enjoy and ensure that, how is it that we all can work together to ensure that, one by one uncertainty that we are facing, we can slowly overcome. And when we learn as a group, when we interact as a group, it is not only fun, it is also a lot of learning for all of us. We learn from someone else's experience. And when we are looking up to someone saying that, oh my God, they have handled it so well. A lot of people, have you noticed, they will be secretly admiring you as to how, oh my God, how did she handle this? So we are each other's, support system. Whether we know each other, whether we don't know each other, it does not matter. Because what I feel that, whoever we come across in our life, there is a purpose to it and there is a meaning to it. And it is also important that people are open to learning and people are willing to learning. So this is the entire part of what we are going to do in the next 45 minutes. I hope you are all there. I can't see the thumbs up, but give me a thumbs up, and I know that you are in spirit with me. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. All right. So a lot of things. I was just talking a while ago with Dr. Venkateshan and Dr. Dubesh, and Ms. Anita as well, that there is chaos everywhere. There is uncertainty everywhere. Imagine a time where it was dark. Means say around in before 1940s, wherein there was no tube light, there was nothing, there was no automobiles, and suddenly all these came. What would have happened to a lot of people? What is the thought process that they would have gone? Then also it was uncertain. Then also we didn't know there's something new which has come. And can we cope? Can we do something different? Or is it something, a doomsday has come? That's the normal tendency that, we as people or our leaders also go through every time there is something different. Change is something, as humans, we will not accept. We are not ready to accept. We won't accept. And we ensure that, we have a resistance towards this change. Why is this? It's human nature, nothing else. It's only human nature. So all this chaos, we need someone to guide us through, to ensure that, we are all sailing through, and there is someone who takes that courage to move through. That is what we are going to look at. So how many of you are aware as to what do you mean by uncertainty? You can unmute your mics and please let me know, so that I am aware that, people are talking to me. Anyone?
Uncertainty.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what is tomorrow.
You're not to, or what is tomorrow? Anyone else? Okay, all right, no problem. The most important or the most biting thing, which is biting us everywhere, is AI, right? Nowadays. So that is something uncertain for us. We don't know whether what we will do, we'll be thrown out of the job. All these things are running in
Deepti
everyone's
ma'am,
mind.
Deepti ma'am, we are going to have a vibe coding conference on this weekend on Saturday. So we are
Okay.
going to tell them nobody needs to code.
Okay,
AI
that's
will
nice.
develop the code. It's a highly uncertain.
Imagine the kind of pressure people are already in, people who have learned, people who have put in tremendous amounts of effort to learn, money to learn, hours to learn, and suddenly they're telling you don't have to code, AI will code. What is this? Like, that is the question that, most of the people do have. However, when we are talking to people, when we are ensuring that, people are behind these systems, people are behind these, there is a person who is also developing. So we need to remember that nothing is beyond human brains. Nothing is beyond. We can give 101 commands to the system, to the computer, or to the supercomputer, or whatever that you do. You can give 101 commands to it, but you know what? There is a person who works behind it always. Will AI replace jobs? Not sure. but AI will make things simpler, is what I understand. So let's try and understand, how we are kind of breaking this uncertainty down. We call that as VUCA, VUCA. How many of you are aware of this term? If you're aware, unmute and tell me what are you aware of. VUCA.
I don't want to answer. Let the others
Please don't answer. Let the others answer. Yes. Yes. Anyone else? VUCA. No one. My God. Okay. So this is a kind of a clean slate for me. So let me write. What do you mean by V? It is nothing but volatility. If you see volatility, it's everywhere, whether it is in the jobs that we are looking at, whether we are looking in the market, whether we are looking at gold price, silver price, whether we are looking at steel price, whether we are looking at semiconductors to be there, not to be there, what is going to happen to semiconductors, whether there's going to be a war, whether there's going to be a third world war, what is going to happen. We are all are looking at this. There is a lot of volatility. Say around 3-4 months back, we saw how the gold prices went up and high and all those things. And we Indians, being very, very sensitive about gold and silver, we definitely got tensed around that. And ladies, though, problem, right? So that is where it is extremely dynamic. We do not know when change is happening, when the chaos is going to get created. And when changes are forced to come, automatically remember our mind shuts. That is what volatility is all about. Second one is uncertainty. Like Venkatesan said, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Is it because of AI? It's in our minds always. A lot of people are overthinkers over here. A lot of people will be thinking, how are we going to fend ourselves? What is going to happen? What's not going to happen? There, where we cannot predict anything, that is called as uncertain. Saying that, like for example, what happened? Will RCB win or not? Such an uncertain moment, no, for all of us. And they won, but what happened later? So lack of predictability. So many things are uncertain. It's not only AI, not only the jobs. Life is itself unpredictable and uncertain sometimes. So let's go a little philosophical over there, where we cannot predict a lot of things. However, can we live under such environment? Come on, we are under that such environment right from the time that we are born. So that's okay. All right. Next, the third one is complexity. Because of all these newer things that are developing, right? Newer things that are coming up, there is a lot of complexity that gets into it. For example, okay, newer things came up. For example, Vande Bharat came up. Where if Vande Bharat comes in, that means other trains will stop running. No. It only becomes a little complex, wherein the ticketing system might change. All our payments are done through our phone. Is it complex? It became irritable initially. You have to download, you have to find out, you have to register there, you have to register here, you have to do all those things over here. That was a little complicated. But did it become all right a little later? Yeah, a little later it became all right. But was it complex? Yes, it was complex. We were dependent so much on the beautiful system that we have got. Now everything is replaced with this one. Right? So that's a complex situation where, there is no cause, there is no effect, there is confusion, there is effect which is going to happen. So that is complex. That is complex. And we know that, we are living in a complex environment. But remember that when we did not have computers, did life go on? It went on. But what happened to the life? Instead of 10 minutes of waiting, we waited probably for 10 hours for our term to come. Now everything is at the click of the button. If I had not gone to that complexity, solving those complex problems, we wouldn't have you and me would not have been sitting. You all in Coimbatore, me over here would not have been sitting. That's one. Is life ambiguous? Always. It's always ambiguous. We don't know what is going to happen in the next 5 years. We can predict very little, but is it going to happen the same way? No. Life, say around 2 months back or 3 months back, we never predicted that, someone will come and bomb our innocent citizens. It was, none of them knew. But what happened later, what unfolded later was a different thing. Will the war happen now? We are still ambiguous about it. It's still a little hazy in terms of what what is going to unfold in the next couple of months. But are we alert now? Yes, we are alert now. So let's try and understand as to what this VUCA will do to us and what is probably some of the key words. Please remember these keywords. I will ask you during your question and answer session. Please remember that. I will also announce prizes for you all if you remember these words. Okay. When we look at the VUCA environment, which is all developed during the uncertainty, right? When we are looking at volatile, what we need to do is clarify our vision, saying that what is it that I'm going to do in the next 1 or 2 months. For example, when the first wave of COVID happened or pandemic happened, what did we have? It was completely volatile. We did not know what we need to do. All we had a vision. The purpose was to stay healthy, stay away from exposed people. Our vision was very, very clear on focusing and repurposing that. Simple, making it simple. Every time we say go to the drawing board, like I coach a lot of entrepreneurs. I help them understand as to what is the problem that they have got. When there is a situation, we always go to the drawing board. Like in cricket, they say go back to the nets, right? When we go back to the nets, we recreate our purpose. For example, if our goal is to create 15 crores, our goal is 15 crores, and we are not able to do for some reason because of some problem happened, some issues that has happened. Can we go to the drawing board and see whether we can create 15 crores or can we settle with 10 crores? Clarifying that purpose is extremely important, right? That's volatile. U is uncertainty. When we are looking at the uncertainty part of it, one of the most important part that we need to concentrate or we need to remember is feedback. If you're in a job, it is important that you need to go and check with people about how you're doing, what are you doing, what is it that you need to do better in order to change and refine your plan so that your focus is strengthened with a proper vision and the purpose is much more stronger for you. Feedback whenever you're uncertain. It's not only during AI to do varama illama. Not only that, every time that you are uncertain of certain things, it is important to seek feedback in the most proper manner. While you are telling that you would like to surrender to this cause or to this entire purpose, I am ready to understand what is the feedback, because there are always a person who is above you to help you understand. This is when you are in job. If you are a leader, if there are leaders in this group, it is always important to understand the voice of your employees or the voice of your team members, because without feedback, it is I would say it is futile if you go ahead and do any kind of plan. It's zero, because your team members are the ground people. Because if you become a visionary, they are the people who will go and implement, and the people who implement are the employees, will know the difficulties of implementing. So the feedback is extremely important, right? Next one is complexity. Any complex thing can be broken down into simpler ways if you have got the right people in your team and if you have got the right vision in place. Creation is nothing but redefining, re-engineering, repurposing, right? So ladies in the group will be very much aware as to what is it that they can do better, whether they are given a plan in the house, whether they are given a plan in an organization. They are the people who will break down complexities like there is no tomorrow. For example, recent when the biggest, sorry, not biggest, the tallest bridge that was created on Jhelum was done by a lady. So imagine the complexities she has gone through to bring her vision on board to reality. Imagine the kind of uncertainty that she would have gone through right from 2000, I think 4 or 7 that she was planning this. Also, whenever there is complexity, this is how I would do. I will start writing down the details, saying that what is complex, what is stopping me from doing this, what will help me to complete this job. That is which will give you more room for creation, more room for better plans. And the main purpose of creating this plan is to stick towards it. Sticking towards it is the most important. Like in many of our conversations with leaders during our coaching sessions, we create a lot of things. We ensure that we create a lot of things to ensure that the employees are happy, the people are happy, the bosses are very, very happy. But the problem, what happens, it gets even more complicated when the implementation is not done, and you do not stick to the plan that has been told. Again, you know what? I come forward 10 steps. If you do not come forward 2 steps, it's not going to work. It's going to happen in the same way. It's going to happen in the same complex way, wherein you are not sticking to that plan. For your leaders as well, if you are an employee, and if your leaders as well, and if you during this situation do not follow certain things, it's going to create a chaos over there. And if you are a leader, if it is a top down approach, if you do not stick to the plan and changing things as and when you want your own whims and fancies, the purpose, the vision, everything will die down, and it's going to be much more chaotic, which will result in mental breakdown for your team member, or closing the organization for leaders, or facing the debt. Simple. Because if you close down the organization, obviously there'll be a lot of debt, and you have to clear those debts. It is a dangerous situation if you do not follow this, right? And when we are looking at an ambiguous situation, okay, it can be an ambiguous situation, personally as well, professionally as well. We will stick to the professional part because that's what we have gathered all over here. Flexibility is the key. Collaboration is our cousin. Please remember, flexibility is the key. Collaboration is our cousin. If you do not collaborate with your own people, that is your own team members, you will not be able to come up with a solution, or you will also not be able to come out of this entire volatile, uncertain, complex situation. Point number 1. If you are a small and medium organization, or if you're a bigger organization, as leaders, if you are over here, remember that collaboration is the key for success in nowadays world. If you see, Razorpay is an app we all use to make payments, right? And if people do not use Razorpay, the payments will not come simple. That is a plugin. They have to ensure that, especially e-commerce people, small and medium entrepreneurs, if they do not have that facility, your payments will not come. It is a collaboration. You have to ensure that you collaborate. You see a lot in the Instagram world. There are a lot of people who are collaborating. Suppose I make this fabric. There is someone who is selling the fabric along with a purse. collaborating. And if I and you collaborate, I'm selling this fabric with a purse, you get a particular discount. And so collaboration is the key for today's VUCA environment. You can see a lot of people collaborating at higher levels, like, if you see a huge entertainment industry is coming only, or is surviving because of lot of collaborations. Earlier, we used to have only one Sun Pictures, or Vajreshwari Combines in Karnataka coming up with a movie. But nowadays, no. Nowadays, there are a lot of collaborations, which is happening because everyone do not want to invest so many crores. Okay, suppose, it's a 250 crore movie. Everyone do not want to invest. Everyone will want to invest part by part so that the returns also are gained. And it is not at a risk. Simple maths. In the same way, during during uncertainty, it only becomes collaborative environment where you can see a lot of mergers and acquisitions which are happening on the go that I'm talking. Today, in fact, I'm working with one of the organization wherein there is a merger and acquisition of two different, two similar kind of organizations, and they have signed up a contract to work in India together. Right? So these are the problems, and these are some of the solutions which is written in itself. We should not be getting tense that AI has come in and we cannot do a lot of things, and something new has come in. I was talking to Anita ma'am just before, wherein when microwave came, we all thought that we will get cancer. Nothing of that sort happened. It's just our mind saying that we don't want to work along with it. So when we started understanding how, where, and why microwave helps us, we started working well, right? Washing machines came. So many things came only to help us when we started accepting them, right? So anytime and every time, the leader over here, or as an employee that you have got over here, repurpose, going to the drawing board is the most important part. Feedback, nothing like that. Nothing like feedback, wherein you are getting the feedback in the most constructive manner, and you are giving the feedback also in constructive manner, and where any complexity can be drawn out in the most simplest format, wherein it can be implemented in the most simplest form if you stick to the plan. If you do not stick to the plan, gone, right? And of course, there is a lot of flexibility that we need to bring in ourselves and see from different perspectives, or understand that there is different perspective. If you say that this is the only way that I will reach out on a particular goal, it's not going to work. It's going to work out wherein things are going to go a little haywire, a little round here and there. We have to go and ensure that we stick to that route here and there, and ensure that we reach that vision and ensure that the goal is achieved. So that's my way of looking at how we handle situations. Now we will come to saying that what is it that we need to do during that entire thing. I had a guru, I had a mentor. Unfortunately, he passed away 2 years back. He would say, his name was Monojesh Barua. He would say that, Monojesh Barua, creating chaos. Or he would call himself as a master of chaos. Anything as, business coaches or business consulting people that we bring in chaos. And we would say, embrace chaos. Just embrace this entire chaos. Take step-by-step approach wherein you will ensure that, or people will ensure that, you're navigating through this. And I wouldn't say that, go with the flow or go with what is necessary. Go with an understanding what the flow is you're going to achieve. and how this whole flow you're going to achieve in the business world, because it's never predictable. And business world is not for our small and medium entrepreneurs. It is also for the bigger organizations that we are actually working with, right? For example, Accenture did not become Accenture because it was earlier known as Arthur and Anderson. I think you are aware of it. Adidas also became Adidas because of two people coming together and ensuring that the organization is created, right? So if you do not embrace this chaos, you are going to lose some part of it. You are going to not be, I won't say the race, I mean, you are not going to be a part of it, because a lot of people will earn the fruits a little later, whereas you will be still wondering what happened to me, right? If you are not flexible, if you do not embrace the chaos, right? So I have got these 12 sutras or 12 mantras. If you want, I will send this PPT also to you, wherein we talk about how you can have corporate happiness, right? First and foremost is accept, saying that, something chaotic is happening. Let me accept that, because you cannot predict a future, and you cannot do anything about that, and you cannot control. The more you control, the problem only for you will happen, right? So what you have to do is only you will feel you know learning something better, but if you are not a part of that learning or that chaos, you're going to be left, and your paths sometimes may not be wise, and some may not be useful, unless and until you have been told that this is the path that you take. Just be aside. Okay, one thing always leads to another, right? We have that effect. One thing always leads to another part. One thing always has got a purpose, because one step after another, everyone has got a step, and you're taking those steps to reach out to that, to reach out to your ultimate goal. We all did, right? During the best part, I mean, the pandemic, wherein we learned to live without meeting each other, talking to each other, but still getting the job done. Still, our productivity was high, and ensure that we are more loved, cared, or spoken during this entire period. One of the best lessons I feel, in the recent 5 years, as a human race, that we have learned as to what it is to stay indoors 24/7, and ensuring that your people are taken, your people are given equal attention, and also your productivity is not lost. You will only become a better person, stronger, faster, and sharper as you go through this chaos, if you embrace it. Even if you embrace it a little later also, you will still become a better, but embrace as and when that's happening. We cannot say that, we cannot close our eyes and say that, hey, in the AI, it is all not happening. This war is not going to happen. This is, the gold rates are different. Okay, we are not, from a developing nation to a developed nation. We are going to become if we are not a part of it, right? The more resilient that you are, the more patience that you have, you will only know how to adapt. You will only know how to grow, and you will tell this to the next generation, saying that what happened, right? And if you see, in every 20 years, we have significantly grown. For people who are born in 1970s like me, we have seen so many different things, right from phones, to dialed phones, to button phones, to mobiles, to touch phones, to whatnot. I remember one day my father had taken me to a Bond movie. I forget the movie, and he has got a gadget, and he opens the gadget, and there is a lady who is talking, and I was like, wow, it's a video call. My God, this is definitely not going to happen. It did happen in 2000s, right? We all know. Just click off the button, we can do a video call and things like that. Because we would go to a Bond movie to see all these gadgets, but those gadgets are a reality now, right? It's only we have adapted ourselves well. Of course, sometimes we become a little slow, like our parents, they are a little slow in adapting. Like my mom, if she is 78 now, we taught her as to how to use mobile. In one day, she sends me so much information from FB, like there is no tomorrow. My mother-in-law, who is 90, we got her a phone after much resistance. We got her a phone now. Now she uses a flip phone specifically that designed for senior citizens, and she'll call and she'll speak to people. The more, and her life is much more better, saying that I can open the phone and I can call people. You see, and till now she had stopped herself. Now she's only happy that I just call people and they are kind of available, right? So remember that this is a little philosophical. You are meant for bigger things. We are all meant for bigger things, and the better that we adapt for ourselves, our growth will be better. If we had said no to phones, no to washing machines, and no to the devices that we are using, we would have been dumb. Simple. Our life is much more better now and much more simpler. Actually, chaos brings or forces us to clarify what's really important for us and what is not important for us. It only makes us feel grateful, feel better, as it transforms us to be a better person and better people day in, day out. Things have a way of working maybe earlier for me, a little later for someone else, but it will work for them as well. Because the realization that sets in, the chaotic, the chaotic the situation is, remember you are part of something big that is happening. Right? In business, if there are people who have logged in who are in business, because I'm also running business, I also understand both the sides, the side of the business owner and also as a coach. We feel that, everything, we have lost everything, right? There is no hope at all. And the next day is a new day because we have adapted and we have ensured that, we are part of that chaos. We ensure that we are focused in our approach and things will be better. We feel that thing is working, but things will start, because life pushes you at some edge, but from there you feel that there is a fall, but you don't know that you're actually flying. That's a path for you to fly. Yeah, going with the flow is a lot of fun. Going with the flow and knowing as to how the flow is going to be. Remember the feedback that you have got. Remember the vision that you have reworked, and remember the creation that you have created. Let's say, breaking down the complexity. That is what is going to help you a lot during this scenario. All I would say is that embrace that change. If you are not a person who is going to be embracing the change and you want to stay in your own cocoon, you will live in that cocoon. Remember that leaving that cocoon will only make the butterfly. If you live in that cocoon, you will be dead and you will not be alive to enjoy what the butterfly does. These are the things that I wanted to bring to your notice.
Thank you very much, Ms. Deepti, for the presentation.
Good evening, everyone. It is indeed a great presentation from Deeptika. Deepti ma'am, I would like to thank you. I approached Deepti ma'am first from the LinkedIn Connect and I requested to address. She was kind enough to accept and then take a new subject, which is on the uncertainty, because the uncertainty in the AI days become very, very important, where I wanted her to speak on. And whomever has not been the CSI front, I request them to join the Computer Society, because regularly we are organizing various events which you will be very interested to attend, and then you can take it forward. I wanted you to join because every Wednesday we do these webinars from technical, from the faculty side, from the student side. It will be very beneficial on the new subjects. And we also have a feedback form which is given there, which will allow us to know how do you feel and what kind of programs you want in future. Kindly send out, because we will be sending the certificate of participation. And again, I thank Diti, and I thank our office secretariat and the office bearers of the Computer Society Coimbatore chapter. In the Computer Society, we have AC hall for rent to do various workshops. The people who all are interested for a full day or a half a day, and we also have a boardroom. You can use it and get benefited. And if anyone has a new idea to speak on this forum, you can contact us. We are more than happy to
Sharma.
connect with you and take it forward. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Over to MC Desk.
Thank you, Dr. Venkatesh. It was an excellent presentation.